I can't help but feel that this story is going to end terribly. Because if you don't know who FouseyTube is, I don't know why you would have clicked on this video, but like a lot of big YouTubers back in the day, he was a prank YouTuber. He was around the same time as like when Roman Atwood was like a huge prank YouTuber, or this guy who is best known for not being able to get hired during a porno. But the odd thing about FouseyTube was he got really big, and everyone could tell, and he talked about openly how he had like mental health issues and how he was bipolar. And he got so big, he eventually decided to give it all up because it was not good for him. And he was talking about how he's going to like quit and give away all his YouTube channels, including his main YouTube channel. But that didn't last long, unfortunately. It was only a couple years later when he decided to make his comeback. And like most YouTubers, he decided to prove how cool or how much of a man he is or how alpha he is by going into influencer boxing.
He's not got much to beat, I must admit.
Now the thing about FouseyTube is I've never seen this happen in influencer boxing. Not once, but twice.
Not quit. Here we go. Let's see if Deji can get his
He just kind of stands there and gets hit in the head a lot.
Fousey standing in the pocket, still throwing.
And they're gonna throw
until his corner throws in the towel twice. So boxing was not his thing, but that doesn't matter because it was a big enough boost to his career that he started streaming. And he streamed so much that he was getting like tens of thousands of subscribers, which is huge on Twitch. Until the airport incident happened. He was at an airport talking to this girl who was obviously very drunk and told him that she was a victim of sex trafficking and that like she had a tattoo above her private regions with like her handler's name. They hit it off. They start flirting with each other. He turns the camera so this is all you see of the bar. And then a little while later, he comes back and says this.
Sorry. I just joined the Mile High Club. And I know it doesn't count as the Mile High Club because I was in the airport, but I still joined it.
Not only is it weird because she's a sex victim or like a sex trafficking victim, but it's also weird because she was obviously drunk, and this definitely is in the territory of she can't consent because she's that drunk, and he's perfectly sober because he doesn't drink. And almost immediately, he knew he messed up.
How big this moment is right now.
He breaks down on stream because you know you mess up as a streamer when you're this big. Like he has 33,000 subscribers right now, or 32,000. And his chat turned on him almost instantly and started flaming him, and he couldn't handle it because he knew he messed up, and his chat called him out. And it's really odd for a chat of a big YouTube or streamer to actually call out their streamer and hold him accountable. And he can't handle the pressure. He breaks down. And a couple days later, he actually does address what happens on stream. First, I'm not going to play this all because it's a 13-minute video. I think like 8 minutes are him trying to address it. But he talks about how like, oh, it was like highly clipped out of context. And I've watched the whole thing. It wasn't clipped out of context. You can find the videos yourself if you want to watch the whole thing. But it was pretty clear what happened. But he says this because he says like he used to go to massage parlors all the time. And he didn't know for sure, but he could definitely see himself being at the massage parlor, sleeping with trafficking victims there. And that when he heard her story, it really clicked with him and it really messed him up. And he says this.
I run back to the camera, I sit down, and I think I even said, Wallah, I said I joined the Mile High Club. I use this woman's pain, her story, her life, for my content. And that's, I have no words for that. If you guys want to cancel me for that, feel free. Deadass. I don't want you to cancel me for the bullshit you guys are saying about he fucked this girl, he did this. I pray Fajr in the airport. I don't fuck girls in the airport. I've been celibate for over a year.
Yeah, so he's saying he never didn't actually sleep with her. He is just he went back to his roots and he just did a prank. Like, what a funny prank, or like a joke. Obviously, no one believes him. This is him just trying to backpedal, trying to save his career. But he didn't have to worry about his career because it got him more popular than ever. Because if he's willing to do this on camera, you can only imagine the crazy stuff he's going to get up to. And crazy stuff he did. Like when he walked down the highway.
Internet hated me. It's now 2023. I'm 33 years old.
And trying to stop cars and talk to them.
I'm about to sign a multi-million-dollar deal, dog.
bragging about how rich he is, which is just crazy and stupid because this is a highway.
What up, y'all know me?
Another one of his long streams, he went to, I think he's a TikToker maybe. I don't know who these people are. Like, I'm too old to know who these people are. But him and his friend started boxing with the other guys just because influencer boxing is a thing now. Fousey's friend obviously loses.
What the fuck? Clap it up for him! We did that to make him feel big. Y'all gonna stare here and not clap for him? Y'all are all beta as fuck. Share. Hey, this guy's fucking beta as fuck. God damn it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Fousey wasn't happy that they didn't clap for the effort they put out, and the other kid calls his friend Beta. They throw water. The kid in the pink gets a bottle, throws water at Fousey. Eventually, Fousey gets kicked out. And the back and forth keeps on happening. Fousey eventually slaps him in the face. And while Fousey is leaving in his car, this happens.
Look at how you're acting. Get the fuck out of my house. You came into my house.
And I
this
spit
guy
in your face
this
and
guy
I
came
smacked
into
the
my
dog
house.
shit out of you.
You slapped me. You should have done
First
way more
off,
damage than that,
fuck
buddy.
your
Go back to
bitch
the
and
gym.
then click the
Go get your
flames.
fucking motivation
West
back
Palm,
and go
Bravo.
fucking get your little fucking. Wow, he's spitting. Yo, take away his fucking kick deal, buddy. Give me that bread.
Yeah, so he actually does spit. Other angles, you can actually see him spit. So yeah, it's like one thing to get in a fight and like throw water and stuff. It's like a whole another level to like spit on somebody. That's like ultimate like disrespectful thing to do. Like I think everyone has a massive issue with that because it's just like such a low blow. But like you can slowly see him declining more and more and more. And eventually the clip that everybody has seen now is Fousey was in a hotel room. Chat was really egging him on, and like anytime anything bad happened on stream, chat would claim credit for it. This really freaked him out. He thought he was being stalked. He started having, like, he just believed whatever chat said, Fousey believed. So it made him really spiral really fast. He called the cops. He was saying like, I have a gun to my head. Someone has a gun to my head, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know how the dispatcher even understood what was going on. Because listening back to it, I couldn't even understand what he was trying to say. Like, all I knew is that there was a gun somewhere and something bad was happening and the cops needed to come. So they did.
He's a stalker.
Okay, and who is this guy?
I don't fucking know.
So how do you want us to look for him if you don't know where he is?
I have his address.
What is his address?
I said grab my security 20 minutes ago.
Alright, listen.
You guys are dumb as fuck, man. You guys.
Yeah, so obviously I think the cops did what was right here. Like, it should have never gotten to this. Like, anybody around Fousey should have seen him spiraling and should have done something. But luckily the cops came in, saw what was actually happening, and arrested him. Now, I don't think he actually got arrested or charged with anything. He's on a mental hold. So he like went radio silent for pretty much 4 days, and that was because he was in the hospital. But he gave an update.
Just want to say hi. I miss y'all. I'm currently under, what's it called? This thing the cops put me under.
I have no idea.
I forgot the name of the act. When you can't leave a mental hospital until you get clearance.
It's not a nice act.
It's not a nice act. Can't leave the hospital until I get clearance from the police. So I've been here for 4 days now. They drug me up every day. Anytime I say something wrong, wallahi, they put a needle this big into my arm. But I love y'all. I made the 0.4-second shot. I got fouled out. That's all it is. I'll be back. Y'all know that. Season 2 on the way. We champions now. Let's get it. G7, baby.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's under a hold where they just think he's a danger to himself. And what we've seen him do on stream the last couple of weeks, it definitely seems like he's a danger to himself. And he's also talked about how he's no longer taking his meds, which he should probably be taking because he has said he's bipolar before. But a lot of people are like cheering this on or like trying to egg him on to do worse and like crazier and crazier things, and like really don't see him as someone who actually needs genuine help. And like I really feel like, so he did get banned off of Twitch, but he didn't get banned because he was clearly endangering himself or like other people. He got banned because he said a slur, but he went to Kick now, and like Kick, it's like the Wild West. So Kick isn't going to ban him or hold him accountable or do anything to try to help him, which I feel like large platforms should at the very least look out for the health and like mental health of their top creators. And it's clear that they don't. And it's not like that has ever turned out poorly for any of the creators.